Right, over to you.
Okay, so I'm Evan Lane, and I'm going to be doing a music video on a song called I Choose to Live by Karifa. I chose this song because of the deep meaning behind the lyrics. At first glance, the song seems to be depressing and lonely, but the song is actually about the hope found in that darkness. The song is very story heavy and is very important for the band, and I chose to do the music video on this song as I felt like I put further emphasis on the message. I want the video to focus on the singer as he looks back on his time with the person he sings about. He sings about life not being as dark when they're together, and in order to look at the song from the perspective of the singer, I will show the video as a series of flashbacks, then move on to show how the singer feels about these memories. For the end of the video, I'll have the singer stumble out of the house pursuing his hope. For my research, I'll be viewing a few similar videos. I'll look at how they tell the story and the visuals used to invoke emotion from the viewer. I will also collect data from a questionnaire in order to collect information in bulk. Finally, I'm going to do an interview with someone who has worked on a music video before to collect a more concentrated set of information and techniques. Finally, for my evaluation, I'll be using a focus group to get criticism from my friends. I'll find out how much they liked it and what they liked about it. I'll be getting them to use a star rating system, and I will also review the video myself to point out what I disliked, what I liked about it. I'll also look to see if I succeeded to draw out the emotions I had planned to. Thank you for listening.
Nice, thank you very much. So, music videos. Nice, always good fun making music videos. Why a music video?
Well, I really like just listening to music almost always.
Yeah.
So, when I was thinking about what I wanted to do for my FMP, I would just go for walks with music on, and I was like, I could do a music video.
Cool. So the good sort of starting points, I think, and that music videos, you can have a lot of fun with them, and you can experiment, and they're good starting points in terms of filmmaking as well, because they're sort of naturally in a short format as well, and so what you find is a lot of people start from music video, even though they do the commercial side of music videos as well. And then they will kind of branch off into sort of TV and film as well. So when you mentioned as part of secondary research of looking into other music videos and things like that, you might find that these directors also go on to make films as well. So yeah, really good idea for a moving image project doing a music video. Tell me more about the band. Why have you chosen that song?
Well, I chose the song because, well, first of all, as I said before, I really like the story behind it, because it's actually really important to the band themselves.
Okay.
It's personal stuff, but it also doesn't have its own music video, so I was like, I want to make one for this.
Okay, that's interesting, because there's nothing sort of, well, if no one's sort of made one yet, then you've got no one's going to be able to kind of compare it at this point, which is quite cool. Is it a band that's kind of on a music label, that kind of thing, or is it kind of a small band? I don't know. I figured my ignorance.
Too big. They're well, on Spotify they have 200k monthly listeners.
Okay, so I suppose there's something which could inform part of your research. Is, I think, in terms of the project, this is an excellent project in terms of how you're developing your style and your voice as a filmmaker. That's a project in and of itself, and then you've got you responding to this track as a director. I think it's worth kind of asking them that you've got this college project and that you'd like to make the video, and are you okay with kind of sharing it to them, that kind of thing, and get that feedback and that kind of thing? It may be because if they're part of the label, in terms of copyright, there'll be sort of challenges of you having it online. But in terms of using it as I suppose, a vehicle to explore filmmaking and your voice as a director, I think that's still valuable in and of itself. But yeah, definitely reach out to them, I think, and see what they say. Once you've kind of crafted this kind of pitch, you can do that. If they like it, you know, they might give you permission to kind of have it online, and that could be quite cool. I know that there's lots of stuff online, kind of like fan responses to certain tracks and things like that. But it's kind of just worth kind of looking at that in terms of copyright and kind of seeing what opportunities there are around that. Cool. So, research. What's the main thing that you want to kind of, I suppose, get out of this? Like, what do you want the project to kind of major in, so to speak?
I don't really know. Maybe I don't know how to.
So there's lots of part of making a film. You're going to be doing many roles, but we might not necessarily see the entire process on your website and on your portfolio. What are those things that you want to challenge yourself on, perhaps? Yes, you're wearing the hat of you've got to produce the thing and organise everyone who will shoot it. Do you want to film it as well?
Yeah.
And presumably you're going to direct it as well. So, in terms of your project, what are those things that you want to kind of explore a bit further and demonstrate?
Well, the main focus is the story of the song, and then it's probably second is like the visuals.
Okay.
Because I want to keep everyone entertained by the video.
Yeah. So kind of writer director is probably the kind of perspective that you're looking at.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably quite a good angle to come from, because particularly in kind of commercial music videos, that's generally what you get. Like, the directors will write it and pitch it. Sometimes they'll edit it, but sometimes they'll get crew in to film, sometimes to edit, that kind of thing. But you'll generally find that the directors also wrote and pitched it. So that's good. And these are things that we can look at as well in terms of, how do you write a music video? Are there different rules depending on the genre of music video? How do we kind of do this, and what's right for you? And loads of opportunity there with secondary research. Have you heard of a website called Promo News? Look into that. It's kind of like, have you heard of IMDb?
Yes.
It's kind of like that, but for music videos.
Okay.
So it's a good research tool because it tells you who made it. It tells you the directors. It tells you who did every role. So when we're thinking about research, and when we're thinking about particularly kind of looking at directors and styles and thinking about, okay, what do I want my filmmaking style to be? It's a good tool to know that, because with music videos, it's all about the band and the artist, and sometimes it's hard to find out, okay, who made the thing. These kind of websites, these industry ones, they're going to be your friend here, I think.
Okay.
Cool. So, how long's the track?
2:30 to 3 minutes.
Okay, that's quite good. That's quite comfortable. What I would say is, as you're kind of designing and writing your film, don't be so worried if you need to kind of trim down on it a bit. Let's think about what goes into this. Narrative music videos, they're short films, so they take a bit more work. Performance music videos, we just kind of film scenes of the musicians, and we can cut between maybe bits of narrative and bits of performance. So generally, kind of performance videos are quicker to shoot than narrative videos. So when we're thinking about kind of what you want to show, what the story is, and how many shots you've got, don't feel you necessarily have to cover the whole track. It could be a section of the track if you want it to be. So again, depends on story, depends on where you want to take it, how you want to shoot it. But yeah, options there. Okay. You'll find out all of this out when we come to sort of write the thing and develop it and go, right, okay, this this is exactly what it is. But good to know that it's not a very long music track in and of itself anyway.
Yeah.
I think the format kind of lends itself to things that are kind of a couple of minutes long.
Yeah, I don't want to choose anything too long.
So that's good. Right, excellent. I think that's good. I think you thought about evaluation as well, in terms of getting that kind of focus group and getting kind of an audience response to that. I think what's important is, like we spoke about, what are those things that you want to major in and develop for your project, and perhaps that might inform what you're evaluating, what you're measuring against. Is it, in terms of how the thing is made, the story, is it the sort of aesthetics of it, is it in terms of would they kind of share it and refer it to other people, that kind of thing. Have a little think about what are those kind of opportunities and successes and things like that you want to evaluate. Cool, excellent, looking forward to it. All right, let's start.